It's first pitch, the first show of our new format, and Dave Cokin is with us. I'm the Prez. I'm excited to be here. We're talking baseball and how this show will work. Is every day I'll have a different guest on, and we will go through all games on the board that start after 7 o'clock. Dave Cokin, the inaugural guest. Welcome. How are you, my friend? And glad to have you first up.
Good. I'm excited. I love being first, and I did okay last night. I took the year off in the NBA to focus on NHL and college basketball, but I played my first NBA game of the entire season last night because it was free money on the Miami Heat. You knew they were going to be crazy in Dwayne Wade's last home game. They were. I mean, it was just a complete blowout. So I end the season 1-0. In the NBA. I am going to play some playoffs, though.
Perfect in NBA, my friend. Playoffs start on Saturday. Just want to let everybody know what's on tap for this week because there's lots going on. 3 shows today. First pitch with Dave Cokin. We take apart every baseball game. Then we have puck time as well, where we look at the 5 games tonight. Both Alex and Carm will be on with us. And Morning Joe and the Pro tonight. We're going to talk a little bit of NBA as well at Tony and Ralph. And then tomorrow, Thursday, we will be having our NBA playoff preview show with Marco and Teddy. First pitch and puck time, and a very special show tomorrow, a once-in-a-lifetime show. I will be doing a preview of the Game of Thrones Season 8. I will be going through how all characters will end, potential bets you can make on the series, and I will be doing it with a friend. So make sure to check out my Game of Thrones show tomorrow. Dave, I can see in your face you don't give a shit.
No, I have never seen it, but I don't watch anything except sports and movies, so I have no idea about any shows that are on the air. The last series I followed was The Sopranos.
And they're doing another one. They're doing a prequel.
It doesn't have Gandolfini in it, obviously. Those things never work, okay?
Yeah, well, who knows?
It's kind of like this. It's like remaking an Alfred Hitchcock film. It's not going to be better, so why bother? Just leave it alone. It was done right the way it was.
Did you go to the cinemas to see movies?
On occasion.
I just saw the movie Us. I didn't get it. It's like in the 90 percentile on Rotten Tomatoes, and that movie was just not for me. Dave, we got 9 games to take apart today. Let's get straight to it. And we are going to be giving promos out on first pitch, but not every day, and we don't have one for you all today. But I do have a promo for my NHL 5-star that goes tonight. $30 at WagerTalk.com. You can have it for $15. Use the promo code NHL15. Dave, the Oakland Athletics 7-8 to start the season, playing Baltimore 5-6, and Baltimore at 5-6 is impressive. We didn't expect them to win 5 games for at least the first month, and they have 5 games. They've got 5 wins already. They're 1-4 at home. Oakland is 1-4 away. Something has to give. We got the home team as a huge dog, plus anywhere from plus 155 to 160, and the away team from about 180 to 200 in some places. The over and under at 10. 13-2 yesterday, Dave. What's going to happen today?
Well, I don't want any part of the Orioles, who are just hideous. Straley will make the start for Baltimore, his first start for them. I think this is about his 20th team. Montes on the mound for Oakland. Look, the A's are not as good as they were last year because the starting pitching is a question mark. And the bullpen actually hasn't been as good as they'd hoped for, but they're still clearly the better baseball team. It's going to be tough to go ahead and play against the Orioles because of these huge prices that are going to be there every day. But I'm not really interested in Baltimore here.
He's Dave Cokin. I'm the Prez. It's First Pitch. You can find us every day at WagerTalk TV on YouTube. I'm on an 8-3 baseball run. Tony's on an 8-1 baseball run. Brian Leonard is absolutely dominating right now in baseball. So is Marco D'Angelo. You win every year in baseball. Dwayne wins every year in baseball. Listeners, this is the sport to bet. And this, Dave, is my favorite time of the year. I mean, hockey playoffs start tonight. NBA playoffs start Saturday. The best betting sport in the world started a couple of weeks ago. I'm excited, man. You know, everybody gets excited about August and September when football's in full swing, and, you know, mid-November when we have all the four big sports in full swing. This is my favorite time. We've got the Masters going. $88, I think, $1,000 bet on Tiger Woods to win the Masters. Somebody laid yesterday. Pays $1.2 million.
It pays $1.2 million if he wins. Pays nothing if he loses, which is probably what will happen.
You're a Tiger fan?
Yeah, I think he's great for the game.
That he is.
I mean, you know, there's way more eyes when Tiger's playing well. So I hope he's in contention on the weekend because that'll make it more fun. But I don't particularly like his chances.
Yeah, Brady Cannon, he's our golf guy. He's got a six-pack up at WagerTalk.com.
Brady knows his stuff.
Oh, he's unbelievable.
Yeah, he's really good at golf.
And it's the only sport he does.
It's not. But Brady does it's not the only sport he does. This guy won the Hilton contest.
It's the only sport he does with us.
I don't know what I'm saying. Just to be clear, I mean, he won the Super Contest. His team was, I forget the name of the team, but it was four guys, and they won the thing a few years ago. So he definitely knows his stuff, but golf is exclusive sport on WagerTalk.
Dave, Philadelphia Phillies, they played really great last night up until the ninth inning.
Yeah.
Went into the top of the ninth, 6-5, lost to Washington, but they put up some runs against.
Well, they always put up runs.
Yeah, no, of course. But I mean, they were playing against, Steven, if you will.
Well, they got him early. It was 6-2, but the bullpen couldn't hold it last night. That's just the way it goes in baseball. Sometimes it works for you, and sometimes it doesn't. I mean, I had a late ad on the Diamondbacks last night, and I got a walk-off 3-run homer by Jared Dyson of all people, a 2-run homer actually by Dyson. Jared Dyson of all people.
Well, listen, I mean, he can't just be inventing vacuum cleaners, you know, like.
There you go.
Philly.
Anyway, on this particular game, Hellickson and Pivetta has not put it together so far, but Hellickson to me is a pretty big risk on the road. However, at the price, I think I would say the value is on the Nationals in this game. The Phillies are getting overpriced a bit, and that's not to say they're overrated. I don't want anybody to get confused. I think they're a really good team, but it's in the price, so you're going to have trouble finding value on Philadelphia.
Yeah, and we spoke about that on our preview shows with New York and Boston, and I think Philly is going to be there as well, a real sexy team and a team people want to bet. The away team, as we spoke about, that's where the value is. You can get them all the way up to plus 140. And we saw last night, I mean, Philly needs to get their bullpen going. You know, they had that game in the bag and their bullpen just let them down.
Well, one thing that's happening there is that Gabe Kapler is not going with the standard type bullpen setup. He's mixing and matching guys, and I'm not sure. I think that can work in the playoffs, but in the, because it's a different setup in the playoffs. But I think in the regular season, you want more defined roles. And right now, he's got like 4 different closers. Pick one. I think these guys need their routines to be at their best. And they spent this money on David Robertson. I think you got to give him the baseball. He has not been good so far. But I think you've got to give him the baseball and see what happens.
Well, Dave, they're 7-3 on the season, and Gabe won't get any bad press if they win 7 of every 10 games this year.
Sure.
The Twinkies, Minnesota, 6-3 to start the year. They're on the road tonight, playing the New York Mets. New York Mets minus 190 to minus 200 tonight. Minnesota won yesterday. They put up 14 runs. And, we see this a lot, Dave. When a team comes out and puts up an 8-spot, a 12-pack, the next day their bats are quiet. The over and under here is 7. The pitchers are outstanding. I don't bet under 7. I don't bet under 7 if Kershaw is pitching.
Well, Odorizzi, I would not put in the outstanding category. He had one good start, which was actually really good, and then did not get out of the first inning last time out. So, he's a high fastball pitcher, and when he's not commanding his pitch, he can get lit up. He really doesn't have much else. Syndergaard, still a max effort guy, and, he's still really good. But I think he's a step below the elite right now. The only thing I'll say here is that the Twins are too good to be getting this kind of a price. And a lot of people stepped in with value last night, even against DeGrom.
Yeah.
Went with the Twins, and they got paid handsomely. The Twins are a really good baseball team. Okay, I've said I think they've got a really good chance to win the AL Central and make the playoffs this year. So to me, anytime you can get the Twins at this kind of a price, you're at least getting some value with them.
Speaking of a really good baseball team, Dave, Paxton against McHugh. Yankees at Houston. I love this type of matchup. Both of these teams can hit the lights out of the ball, and both of these teams can pitch. We've got a 5-6 Yankees team versus 7-5 Houston team. Their records are irrelevant. Both of these teams are going to make it into the playoffs. And I love this kind of matchup. You have Houston tonight at minus 120. The over and under is 8.5. And, Houston lost last night. The Yankees lost last night 6-3. Are they bouncing back tonight?
Check the status of Bregman, who had to leave last night's game. I would suspect he could be day-to-day. We'll talk about another guy who's day-to-day later on in this telecast, and that is a little more important, and that you can probably figure out who that is. McHugh has been really good for the Astros in his first 2 starts. He's healthy right now, and whether he can stay healthy or not remains questionable because he does have a tendency to break down, but so does Paxton for that matter. So you get 2 guys who, when they are healthy, as they are right now, can be very difficult. I have a feeling we get a low-scoring game tonight. Love the way McHugh's been throwing the ball. Paxton's solid enough. This could be one of those 3-2 types of games.
So Dave leans on the under. The line is 8.5. The Dodgers at 8-4, playing St. Louis at 6-5. Maeda against Flaherty. Both ERAs over 3. Medium regular start for these pitchers. Maeda is 2-0 on the year. We have the home team at minus 110, the away team the same number. The over and under here is at 8. 4-0 for St. Louis yesterday.
Yeah, and the Dodgers had 16 men on base. It might have been 17, and never scored a run.
Yeah.
I think they stranded 13 or 14. It was just one of those games where they could not get a hit when it mattered, and the Cardinals did get hits when it mattered and made a 4-0 lead stand up and got a win. So the Dodgers in their first little offensive slump of the season. Flaherty's really good, but the money is going to show on the Dodgers in this game. By the time this game goes off, I would expect the Dodgers to be the favorite.
Yeah, and we already see that now, Dave. About 63% of the money is coming in on the Dodgers, and I don't see that changing either. He's Dave Cokin. I'm the Prez. You can find both of us at WagerTalk.com. I have a big 5-star NHL play tonight. Playoff start tonight. I'm super pumped. It's regularly $30. You can get it at WagerTalk.com for $15. Use the promo code NHL15. Dave, the Pittsburgh Pirates 5-4 against the slow-starting Chicago Cubs 3-7. The Cubs are minus 175 tonight. The over and under is 7. Darvish on the mound. ERA of 8, Dave.
He's been that bad.
It's one game. Six innings he's pitched.
No, it's 2 games, and he was terrible last year. Absolutely horrible last year. And he was awful in the playoffs the year before that. He has not been right since that time. So I think he's a head case at this point. There's no possibility I'm going to back Darvish. The problem is I don't want Jordan Lyles, who is a guy Cubs hitters could rip. This is just one of those games where I'm punching it up on my Don Best line screen right now. With this pitching matchup, I mean, this has got overwritten all over it.
Yeah, it's 7, Dave. I mean,
you can see what the total is, and that's at Wrigley Field, so you know what the weather is. The wind is blowing in. They're betting it over anyway. It's going to 7. It's going to go to 7.5. But in this ballpark, it is really tough to get anything out of the park with the wind blowing in. And even a game like this could end up being low scoring, but it won't be with my money, that's for sure. And if I were going to bet the game, I'd bet the over anyway. I'm not going to play it.
He's Dave Cokin. I'm the Prez. I like the over in this game too, Dave. It's a low number for these two pitchers. Seattle 11-2 start against a 2-8 Kansas City team. A bunch of us were on Kansas City last night. I did not release it, but some of us did. They did not pull that one off. Seattle won 6-3, and they were winning right from the start. The over and under in this game is 9.5, Dave. The home team plus 135. That's a short number for a team that started 11-2 playing against a team, Kansas City, who's really going to struggle literally the whole season long. What are you doing in this game?
I'm not doing anything with it. I mean, at this point, Seattle, you can't play against them. I mean, everything is going right for them. And the Royals are on, what is it, an 8-game losing streak right now. I'm not interested in playing on a side. That's why I didn't like it last night.
Right.
I mean, I looked at the same numbers as everybody else did and saw maybe an advantage for Junis on the mound, but I don't like playing on teams that are on losing streaks. And the Royals remain on a losing streak. The most interesting thing to me about this game is whether Whit Merrifield can make it 31 straight games with a hit. And outside of that, I've got nothing on the game. I would only play Seattle. I mean, the team is just going crazy right now, but you're paying for it. I mean, that's I think that line, I think you quoted 135. I don't know that that's around anymore. No, that's long gone. You're not going to find better than 145 is the lowest I'm seeing now. So you're looking at 150 on the Royals. On the Mariners. Not interested in that.
Yeah. No, I was talking about the home team. The Seattle, there's 160s on the board. There's a 164 at William Hill. So, that's just continuing to climb. And as we can see...
Actually, about 146 right now at William Hill. So
why am I getting a different feed? I'm getting 164.
I have the Don Best screen, and that's the screen that matters.
I couldn't agree more. 81% of the general public on Seattle right now, and I don't think that's going to change that much. We'll probably see some late move on Kansas City with the line moving, but it's not going to be radical. Texas 5-6 against Arizona 6-5. You had Arizona last night. We already spoke about that. I bet Arizona last night. I did not release it to my clients, but I am on an 8-3 baseball run, so feeling good about the season already. My phone is ringing, and it got me off track. Arizona minus 135. Over and under here is 8. Ray versus Lynn. Both pitchers. Lynn 6.39 ERA. Ray a 4.35 ERA. Where are we going in this game?
It's all about command with Robbie Ray, and he's for whatever reason better on the road than he is at home. But he's still the better guy here. That's a good win for the Diamondbacks last night. Coming back, down 4-0 early in that game and scratched their way back. Greinke settled down after a rough first couple of innings. The bullpen did a good job last night. And they came back and got the bottom of the 9th inning win. Lance Lynn has not looked effective in his first 2 games, and I believe the roof will be open again tonight, which actually can lend itself to fly balls getting out of the park more often than they do when the roof is closed. that's probably not a good thing for Lynn, who can give up a lot of fly balls. I think the favorite's the right side in this game.
He's Dave Cokin. I'm the Prez. First pitch, guys. Every day, Monday to Friday at WagerTalk TV, our YouTube channel. There'll be a different guest on every single day. It's must watch if you're playing baseball. We'll take apart every game that starts after 7 p.m. There's 2 left on the card tonight. You know, Tony was 8-0 yesterday, Dave, on an 8-0 run. It started the baseball season 13-1. Yeah, phenomenal. But he had Milwaukee last night. It was the $2 Tuesday. We had a ton of clients counting on him. And Milwaukee let us all down. I mean, they made, 11-8 loss to the LA Angels. Obviously, they're facing the Angels again today. They're 6-6 on the season. And the home team is a dog, plus 130. We got Milwaukee at minus anywhere from 148 to 155. What do you like in this game?
Well, I mean, no Trout. So the line has gone wild in the game because it's open at 109. Okay, it was a virtual pick'em game. A Trout with a groin strain. It's not serious, but they're not taking any chances with him. He's not playing tonight. My guess is he won't. I think they might hold him out the rest of the week because from here, the Angels go on the road. They're off tomorrow. And then they go on the road to Chicago. And I know it's a big series against the Cubs, but if the weather's cold, I suspect he won't be on the field. They're not going to screw it. He's the whole team. So the line, the betting market is clearly reacting to Trout not playing, and I can't blame him. I mean, it makes a huge difference. Also, Josh Hader was not available the last 2 days because he threw 41 pitches in the Sunday save. He should be available tonight if needed, so that reconfigures the Milwaukee bullpen completely because he's the best relief pitcher in baseball. So, they priced me out of any real interest in the game. Obviously, had the line held. I wish Trout was okay to play, and I could have played Milwaukee at a cheap price here. But you don't get everything you wish for. So Trout's out, and so am I.
Atlanta versus Colorado.
That's rained out.
What?
That game's been rained out.
That game has been rained out. Then we're done. Dave, thanks so much for joining, my friend. The first show ever of First Pitch. We'll have you on once a week. Listeners, check back tomorrow. Thank you. Watch Puck Time today as well. Morning Joe, we're talking NBA. And also remember, I have a 5-star hockey play tonight. You get it for $15. Use the promo code NHL15. Dave, next time you're on, match your hat to your shirt. What's up with that?
It's Masters Week. I wanted to wear a green hat. I don't have any green shirts. So I gotta go with the flow on the Masters. So I pulled out the green hat.
Fair enough, my brother. Be good, take care of yourself, and we'll see you next week.